Today we are going to see a story when we do something in a haste, how things go wrong. This is a story from folktale from Tamil Nadu. The setting is on the banks of river Kaveri. There is this small place called Thiruvidai Marudur. There, a Brahmin lived with his wife. They did not have children, and so they were very fond of a parrot which can even speak. It calls them ma, pa. So they were very thrilled. And they were giving the bird the choicest of food and they were taking care of it. One day the bird was in the terrace, just looking up at the sky, and it saw a lot of parrots going somewhere. And it asked them, "Where are you all going?" And they replied, "Ki, ki, 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 ki," in their language, that beyond the seven seas, there is a tree, a mango tree, which gives fruits, and when one takes them, they regain their youth. See, a 60-year-old will become a 16-year-old. And the parrot was very curious to know about it. So, it also went along with the other parrots. Soon they reached the mango tree, and the other parrots started to eat, peck at the fruit, and they were feeling very happy. They kept saying that it is very sweet and they have regained their youth, etc. And this parrot, the Brahmin's parrot, it did not have the heart to take it. So it brought it to the Brahmin and said, "You are old. You need someone to take care of you. You don't have children. So I am going to give you this fruit. If you take this, you will become young." The Brahmin was thinking for some time because he didn't see, he may get young. All his relatives, his wife, they will remain old. And he was thinking, more than me, if the king of that place was a very just king, and if he takes that, the whole kingdom will benefit because he will live for a long time and he will give alms and things, gifts to others. He's a very just king. So the Brahmin took the fruit to the king and he told him only that the person who takes this fruit, he will regain his youth. The king got the fruit and he gave a lot of gifts to the Brahmin. But he didn't have the heart to take that fruit for himself. He thought that there are a lot of people, his family, the whole nation, they should be also benefited by it. So what he did, he asked his gardener, the palace gardener, to plant that fruit. And he supervised anything. He supervised everything. He did not want anyone to take this fruit because it's a precious one. And after some time, the tree gave flowers and then fruits also started coming. When the first fruit came, everybody was curious, and naturally the king wanted to test whether that will give youth to the person who eats that. So he brought a person, very old, the person who takes care of the temple in the palace, 90-year-old, very learned person. And the gardener was asked to give the fruit to him. The gardener brought this and then gave. Alas, what happened? That old man died. And the king became very curious. He called the Brahmin, and he really, gave so much of bad things, like, he shouted at him, and even he was scolded, and he asked his ministers what should he do, and they came to a consensus that they should make his left eye blind. And so it was done. The Brahmin was very sad. He came back. He narrated this to his wife. And the parrot was hearing to all this. The parrot said, I brought this fruit in all good mind, but I don't know what happened. It is maybe my previous karma, previous life's karma. So what you do is kill me and bury me in the garden, give a little milk. But since you are a Brahmin and it is wrong to kill another animal, you take a trip to Varanasi. And so the poor Brahmin and his wife did as the parrot was told, and they went on a trip to Varanasi. By the time, there was a little fight in Tiruvadai Marudur itself. There was a little fight in a family. The mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, they were fighting. And the mother-in-law was very angry. She came even to the decision that she is going to give up her life. And so she heard, by the time, the priest died, and by the time it has spread to the whole city that there is a mango tree in the palace, and the fruit is very poisonous, and people, once they take it, they even die. So this mother-in-law, she wanted to give her life, and she thought this is an easy solution, and she came to the palace. And the parrot, which had died, reborn and lived as a parrot in the tree itself, because it wanted to prove to the people that it did not do any wrong. So it was born there itself, and it was waiting. And when the lady came, it picked up the fruit and put it before her. And the lady was, wow, even God wanted me to die. So let me take this fruit. And once she ate that, what happened? She was 60-year-old and she became 16 years old, all youth and bubbly and things. And she ran to her village telling everybody, see what has happened to me. And so the news spread. The king felt so bad. He wanted to test again. There was a person who was in the prison. He had embezzled something, the jewels, belongs to the royal family. And so he was behind bars. And so he was brought. He was almost 80 plus years old. And he was given this fruit. And when he took it, he regained his youth. He became very young. And the king, who was really puzzled, he didn't know what was the thing. And an elderly person, a learned person, said that sometimes snakes which climb to the tree, they bite the fruit, and their poison may be on the fruit, on the rind. And so if people take that, they may die. So it was concluded that a snake which had gone up to the tree had done this. If the king had done the enquiry, he would not have made this man one eye blind, and the parrot also would not have been killed. But by the time the couple had come back from Varanasi, and so the king invited them, he gave the king gave the person, the Brahmin, a fruit to eat, and he got his eyesight back and he regained his youth. But one person, one animal, one bird could not regain its life. One was that person who died because of that was his, you can take it, whatever, the previous Janma's thing. And the bird which was killed could not also be justified. So we always must think before we act. Please subscribe to my channel. We will meet with another story. Thank you.